The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go from Seattle. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. Wilson going to come out throwing. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury, but there's a silver lining to them, is that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play, or have they not prepared well, thinking they'll never get on the field, and they'll go out there and hurt their team?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Play action. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Here's Wilson. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. Wilson and Moore there for a Jets first. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Again, he finds Moore. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. A check on the numbers by Moore last week. 7 catches, 110 yards in the score.
And he now has 8 touchdowns on the season, and I just know this. He's going to be so eager to run routes in this one and try and get to the end zone at least 2 more times. 10 is a key number. Really signifies that you've had a big year.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
After the interception, here's Smith. That's complete to John Ross. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Smith keeps it on the sneak. And he is going to have the Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Smith. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. The Seahawks at 9-6 now. If they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W, they have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a mud partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They find some open field here. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 41 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Penny, a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one, they've made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Braxton Berrios now from his end zone.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Wilson to throw. Open man is Uzama.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Ochena Nwosu, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot, and here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt.
Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. On 1st down, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. It's caught by Davis.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Zerline's kick is up and through.
And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The final shot here before break. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter.
Second half begins with a run from Penny. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
57 yards on the ground for him so far.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Penny. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
18 Cardinals.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Smith. They set up the screen to Penny. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
From the red zone now, Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to look deep for more, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for it. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
He's going to look deep for more.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game.
Picked off by Quadre Diggs.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Well, the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense.
This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Now it's Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup of 38.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Smith. And it's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wilson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one a product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They go play action now. Wilson. He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Poona Ford, the one to get to him and drop him.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing is Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. Back to the ground with Hall. A beautiful fake. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Again, Wilson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sidney Jones.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
And it is starting to appear, thankfully for them, that this is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They're not home yet, but in control in the 4th quarter.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll run it again with Penning. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Give the tackle that time to Jordan Whitehead.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 2nd down, here's Penning. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
So it's a win for the Seahawks here, and it was all thanks to the play of their veteran quarterback.